Okay, welcome back. It's been a while for me. I've just not been doing my duties as a Christian, which is something that we all are guilty of, or most of us anyway. But anyway, I'm gonna jump into it. I've been reading Job. I haven't finished yet. I mean, of course I've studied this quite a bit, but I've not ever sat down and read it until recently. And reading this, I knew that the devil tortured him, took everything away from him, give him all kind of skin diseases and all that. I'd known that. But I never really knew Job's reactions to some of this. And some of it was kind of harsh. I mean, he was actually questioning God. He never questioned the existence of God. And that's the thing that you've got to realize. He never said, I don't believe God. But he did question. It's like, how can God be this? How can God be? Which is what we do today. And that's why this is here. This is here to tell us that, hey, sometimes you will feel like questioning God. And through your questioning of God, you will become closer to God. I mean, just because you're like, I don't understand why God's doing this, it's not meant for you to understand. And that's what he finally came to in the end when he confessed everything, is that he come to the fact that, hey, I don't have to understand this. I just have to believe the truth, and I have to let God help me through this. And this happens in our life a lot. We don't realize that, hey, we don't have to understand our circumstances. We don't have to understand why anything's happening. We've just got to understand that God is in control. And we have to understand that God knows what's not necessarily what's best for us in the earthly sense, but what's best all around. And it's not always necessarily that's just it. God's doing what's best. But you've got to understand that God is in control. And God is the one that's pulling the strings and helping you out and whatever. But just remember that it's all okay and God's going to help you through it. And in the end, if you follow what God wants and how God says to do it, you are a believer of Jesus and you follow him and you try to do better, you're going to have a happy life. And in the end, you're going to go to heaven when it's all over. Oh man. I don't know why when I turn the camera on, it's like everything, your nose, your eyes, everything seems to start itching. But that's the way it goes, and I'm not doing jump cuts. I like to just throw it to you raw and let you see how a person is that is really and truly afraid to talk to people and even sit here and talk to this camera. And I get really nervous when I'm doing this. So just please forgive me and pray for me anytime you're watching. Before you turn it on and after you turn it off, pray for me, because I struggle doing these. It takes me days to get up the courage to actually do this. And I'm going to try to start paying attention to how long I'm on here and not put up 10, 15, 20-minute videos. That's all I really wanted to say about Job right now. And the rest of it was just to get on here and just ramble for a few minutes about life in general, I guess. And just try to get, and I'm gonna try to start doing these as much as I can. I'm not gonna promise daily. I'm gonna strive for daily. I don't know that it'll happen. Like I said, sometimes it takes me a few days to get up the courage to do this. Once I start, I'm pretty good and I can loosen up, and I'm hoping that after I get to doing these more and more, I can. But those of you who do watch me, just pray for me. Pray that I can get these things and get the courage to do this as much as I really need to. And pray that my nervousness will go away and I'll look a little better on camera and won't be sitting here picking my nose the whole time and stuff. But anyway, that's really about all I've got for today. And like I said, just pray for me. I'll pray for you. I pray for my viewers. I pray for that I will get more and that I can touch enough lives to make a difference. And which one life makes a difference. And that's one thing about it. That's why in churches you keep up with how many people are saved, how many people, because the numbers matter. God puts a lot of numbers in here, which means each individual person matters. And that's what you've got to remember when you come in contact with people in life. One person matters. If one more person goes to heaven because of you, you made a difference. And that's what it all boils down to, is every Christian has got to try and make a difference. But I'm gonna close this now, and like I said, hopefully I will see you again tomorrow. Maybe even a little bit earlier. I'm gonna try to start getting these things up pretty early, but it's real late now, so you may actually get. Oh, there I go again. There I go. See, I start watching myself and I realize what happens. But anyway, I'm out. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a blessed evening. And well, maybe I'll get this thing to stop here in a second.